The man lifted the toilet lid, revealing the tools hidden underneath. Then he took off his clothes, removed the tools, taped them to his body, and hid them just a second before the armed robber outside kicked the door open. He then brought the tools back and handed them to the other hostages, freeing his own hands and feet. They needed to escape the bank right under the armed robber's noses. When the robber returned, they pretended their hands and feet were still tied. It wasn't until the robber noticed the missing handcuffs that he realized something was wrong. As the metal pipe swung down from the man's hand, the burly robber collapsed instantly. The hostages grabbed their weapons and prepared to escape through the warehouse's back door, only to find that the door had long been rigged with explosives. The man slid open a bag with a small knife, scooped up a handful of dust, and tossed it toward the door. Several red laser beams appeared before everyone's eyes. If they had triggered those sensors earlier without noticing, they would have been blown into pieces instantly. Yet those explosives became the key to their escape. The man pushed a cart straight toward the door. Before the police outside could react, the hostages had already escaped through the blast-created gap. This gave the police the perfect chance to storm in. At that moment, the remaining robbers rushed over carrying steel plates. They had to block the opening and stop the police from advancing. Unexpectedly, the police began firing violently at the steel plates. Facing such fierce firepower, they couldn't hold on for long. The police advanced under suppressive fire. Just then, Tokyo remembered something and pushed out a Browning machine gun from behind.
The machine gun! Go, 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 go!
With the heavy firepower, they managed to seal the steel plates back into place. But the bad news was that 16 hostages had already escaped, and they even lost a teammate. This severely damaged their morale. They had already been trapped in the bank for over 70 hours. However, new problems also started to arise. The remaining hostages, upon hearing what had happened, began to grow restless. They were no longer as obedient as before, since force alone could no longer control them. The robbers simply turned to money.
Have you ever thought about, hypothetically of course, putting a price on your...
I'm telling you yes.
By convincing the hostages to become their accomplices, they not only prevented further rebellion, but also made the hostages willingly work for them. After all, compared to obedient little sheep, the cheapest thing in a bank was money. Besides, with the bank's printing machines, they could print 8 million euros every hour and even change the serial numbers however they wanted. As long as they could get out safely, that fortune would ensure they would never need to work again in their lives.